Hello and welcome to Track by Track Reviews. I know how gay this looks, but it's not, I promise you. Today we're here to talk about Ariel Pink's Haunted Graffiti album, Before Today.
Basically, his real name's Ariel Russenberg. He's from Beverly Hills. He's been recording all by himself on tape cassettes since the late 90s and early 2000s. And he gave some of his tapes to Animal Collective, and they liked him a lot, so they signed him to their record label, Paw Tracks. This is his first album that's actually like gone into a studio with a band to actually record newly written tracks.
And I thought this album was really good. He definitely seems like a weird dude to me.
Oh, no, he
like,
is.
for sure.
Yeah.
And having heard some of his older stuff, I don't really know what to say. I like it, but not to the degree that I do like this stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So the reason we're in a hot tub right now is the first song, Hot Body Rub.
Right.
Mention of a hot tub in there. Going into this album, I really didn't know what I was going to think, and this song made me think that I wasn't going to like it.
It is a pretty average opener. It's sort of just kind of, it's only a minute long or so, so it just kind of feels like an intro track.
Yeah.
They really could have just left off.
So we're going to move on inside and finish up this review. Alright, the second song on the album, Bright Lit Blue Sky, I think is one of the best songs on the album. I think that bass really drives it. I think it's just all around catchy. And I think one of the things about this album is that it sort of spans like several decades of music, and I think this is sort of on the 60s side.
Yeah, no, definitely, which makes sense because it's a cover, actually, of a song by a group called the Rock and Ramrods, who I've never heard of before, but I guess they're like just one of those millions of like 60s sort of rock pop sort of bands.
Yeah, this song
nice
also...
sort of surf rock.
Yeah, surf rock is what I was going to say.
Yeah. Good song.
1, 2, 3, 4. The next song is called The State, According to the Widow's Maid.
One of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah, it's a good song, and one of the things, I think in this song he sort of separates himself from just sort of a standard songwriter. Like, he adds his own, like, weird little twists, like that intro that we just did.
Exactly.
Like the part where the song just stops and he just goes, Choo!
Yeah,
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't know what he's saying, but...
Yeah. Every song is so twisted. It's like, what decade is this from? It's from the 60s, it's from the 70s, it's from the 80s. Is this disco? What is this? And then you realize it's not any of those things. It's just like elements of all those sort of amalgamized and twisted around in something really unique.
The next song on the album, Fright Night Nevermore, seemed very 80s to me, and at the same time, once again, adding his weirdness, adding the catchy melodies with the knock, knock, knock on the door.
Yeah.
This is just a good song.
This is a great song, I think. What's funny about this song is I feel like it almost does kind of sound haunted in a way. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but still like the way it's recorded and like sort of the way like the picture it paints with the words.
Yeah.
Just maybe that's something to do with the
Haunted Graffiti, man. The next song, Round and Round, is the first song I heard from Ariel Pink from this album, period. And it's probably one of the best Rat covers I've ever heard.
I don't get this. When I first heard this song, knowing what Ariel Pink already sounded like, the tracks that I've already done for my voice, I was like, what? This isn't Ariel Pink. And I really started liking it at a certain point. I was like, man, I hope every other song on the album sounds like this. Now, after having heard the rest of the album, I've actually changed my mind. And I kind of wish that they would have just left this as a standalone single.
Really?
Even though it's a great song, I don't feel like it's another offender of like, this is the single.
I think you're right, but I think that's a pretty bold statement because it's one of the best songs on the album.
It is.
This is a perfect example
It's
of...
a great song, but...
So many of the songs on this album have several hooks.
Yeah.
And this one just has so many. Starting with the opening that I thought sounded a little bit like Stevie Wonder's
I'm pretty sure it's a direct homage.
Maybe, but it's just such a good song.
Yeah. No, it is a great song, and the song structure is really great, but still one of my favorite songs of all time.
The next song on the album, Beverly Kills, is your favorite, so why don't you go ahead and explain yourself there.
It does have a really like sort of simple song structure, even though a lot of other songs don't, and that is the thing I really like about this album. But still, I feel like it really works. I don't know, I just feel like I love the high-pitched vocals for some reason. And I don't know, I just feel like it's really, I always find myself singing it, and I always just think it's a really great song.
I like this song. Definitely not my favorite. And I think, for me, the high-pitched voice is a little obnoxious to me because the it seems like it repeats that a lot. Oh, no, not my favorite song, but I can understand something like that.
I think it's a great song. It's just really bouncy.
The next song on the album, But House Blondies, is one of my favorites, although at first it does kind of take you off guard when it opens.
It's really great at first.
Yeah, it reminds me kind of Weezer, not initially, although a little bit, but when it gets into the chorus and it's just kind of like chords, it seems very Weezer-y to me.
I guess I can see anything could be that. I like it though how after the really brazen part, it just gets in this really nice melody.
Yeah, it's cool.
And it's like sort of like nice sort of guitar, strumming, like riff.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It's a good song.
The next song, Little Wig, not one of my favorites, but it's a solid song. It's good. I'm not too crazy about the main chorus, the Little Wig. It doesn't do too much for me, but it does go some other places that I really like. There's a nice little like piano thing after the chorus that changes the mood really quick and sounds really good that I like a lot.
Yeah, I also really like the vocal, the background vocals.
I do like how many places this song goes, but all in all, just an above-average song, not one of the best. All right, the next song, Can't Hear My Eyes, I believe was your favorite for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's actually, they already recorded this song once before.
Oh, really? No,
yeah, they did in like a low, more like typical Ariel Pink sort of style back in 2008.
It's kind of weird because it's like a seductive, like baby making song.
Yeah.
Except he does, because it's like, till I get look at you, like.
I want to lay, it's beautiful. It's the sunset on the strip.
Like it's almost corny, but like
it's such a sweet
it's
melody.
It's funny, like.
Well, yeah.
But once he does sort of add his weirdness, I forget. There's some line that kind of weirded me out. I'm like, oh, okay, this is our thing. Like, I think it was the chorus. Yeah, just I can't hear my eyes. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's like sort of
right.
Like some weird like LSD, synesthesia sort of lyrics. It's a good song.
I like it. The next song, Reminiscences. This is kind of a weird song because it's like chill wave, like neon Indian, like.
It's chill wave.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing. You go back, you listen to old Ariel Pink, like stuff they did in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
You can hear chill wave.
That's interesting.
Like the beginnings of chill wave back then. I would never classify Ariel Pink himself as chill wave, but I do think inadvertently he did pretty much influence the whole chill wave movement.
I think that's very possible.
I've actually heard an interview with Alan Cohen, the guy from Indian, where he mentioned Ariel Pink.
Oh wow.
So it's a great song.
I really like the song. It's all instrumental, but it's really cool. And once again, really chill.
Yeah.
The next song, Menopause Man, probably the weirdest on the album, lyrically at least.
Rape me, castrate me, make me gay.
Yeah. Give our cameraman a laugh. It's fucking weird. I mean, the song is called Menopause Man. Lady, I'm a lady from today. Instrumentally though, it got like really, really cool bass line at the beginning.
Yeah.
It goes through the whole song.
It almost sounds like Billie Jean by Michael Jackson's at the start.
A little bit.
Like seriously, it's such an 80s sort of feel to me. I really like it.
Yeah. The next song, Revolution's a Lie. Once again, making that jump sort of to late 70s, 80s, like punk protest sort of thing.
It's weird.
Didn't really dig it.
It's weird how the two songs in this album that I don't like are the
First and last. Yeah, it is kind of odd.
Like, it's just both really weak songs. Like, I don't know what the deal is with that. I think it's better when it sticks to more of like the disco-y psychedelic stuff.
I agree. Alright, so that's the whole album.
Yeah.
What did you think all in all?
Best album I've heard so far this year.
Really?
No joke. Even though the first and the last one aren't that good, I was just thoroughly surprised by this. Like, I never expected to like Ariel Pink as much as I have. So again, sort of like Shushu. Basically, when an album or a band surprises me, I really like it. To me, this album has it all. It's like he's incorporating elements of all these different genres, but he's doing it in such a way that's so unique that it can not be done by anybody else but him.
Yeah.
You know, 9 out of 10.
When I initially heard Round and Round and you were starting to get excited about it, I was like, this song's cool, but I have a feeling I'm not going to like the album. I didn't expect to like this at all. And once again, he's such a weird guy, but the songs that he writes are so likable and so catchy. And actually, he may just seem like some surfer indie weirdo. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. But he's actually, you hear him messing around with time signatures and things like that in songs like Menopause Man, and getting pretty complex with melody switches and mood changes.
Oh, definitely.
So he really knows what he's doing.
And the song shapers.
Yeah, and he's just a really talented guy. And I give this one an 8 out of 10. Liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to, and I think anyone who sees this review should definitely check it out.
Anyone who's familiar with his older stuff will be in for a really pleasant surprise.
If you like Michael Jackson, you'll hate this.
Yeah, it's right.
All right, so Sam, thanks again for coming in, and I'm Rory Sullivan for Track by Track Reviews. See you next week.